A very warm welcome to all the students present here. Today, in this video, we are going to look into the basic outline of the course called Financial Management, which is an even semester course that is allocated for the fourth semester BBA students. The major objective of the course, Financial Management, is to give you an insight into financial decision making processes and also give you a composition of different securities that form the total capital structure of a particular organization. So, with this objective, there are 5 different units that have been framed for the course. Now we shall quickly have a glance into what the course actually looks like and what are the components or chapters or modules involved into the particular course. The first basic chapter is introduction, which has been allocated for 8 hours. So in this course, we will be learning about what is financial management, the scope of financial management, objectives, and the various sources of finance through which a company can raise capital from. Okay, so in this module on a whole, you will be able to understand the basic general outline of what is financial management and how does it function, and also the importance of financial management and why do you learn financial management. Moving on to module number 2, which is called cost of capital. In simple, when we say cost of capital, it is also called as the minimum rate of return that a particular investor requires. So in this problem, which is a mix of theory as well as practical component, we will be analyzing what is the cost involved for a particular organization while raising capital through various sources like debentures, equity shares, preference shares, and also we will be analyzing the overall cost that is involved for a particular organization while raising capital with a mixture of all these sources called debentures, equity, preferences, and retained earnings. So as I told you earlier, unit number 2 will be a mix of your theory as well as practical component. And at last, we will also have a case study discussion on calculating what is the weighted average cost of capital involved when a company raises capital through various sources of financing. Now, moving on to unit number 3, it talks about capital structure and leverages, where 12 hours is being allocated for the unit. In this particular unit, which is again a mix of problems as well as theory discussions, we will be learning about what do you mean by capital structure, why is it important for a particular organization, and also we will be learning about a phenomena called EBIT and EPS analysis. With this, we will be able to analyze which is the appropriate mix of capital that a company must raise in order to keep its cost less and improve the profit for the organization. For this, we will be doing an analysis called EBIT and EPS analysis to find out the appropriate mix of capital structure that is required for a particular organization to be raised from the different sources of financing. Apart from this, we will be also calculating the leverages that are required to find out the perfect appropriate mix of the capital that is required. So in this, we will be learning about 3 types of leverages called financial leverage, operating leverage, and combined leverage. And at the end of the module, we will also be doing a case study analysis on EBIT and EPS in order to find out which is the appropriate mix of capital that a particular organization should raise in order to keep its cost low and improve the profits. Moving on to unit number 4, students, talks about investment and dividend decision, which has been allocated for 16 hours. Again, the module involves a mix of your problems as well as theory discussions. Majorly in this unit, we will be using various techniques, both traditional as well as modern techniques, in order to find out which is the appropriate project that a particular should invest its money from. So once you raise capital through various sources, the next immediate process that the company follows is to invest these borrowed amount from the public and invest it in such a way that the returns generated are higher. So when it comes to organizations or MNC organizations, here the company will decide on which is the appropriate mix of project that you must invest the money that has been borrowed from the outsiders, so that your profitability becomes more and you take back the capital that you have invested in a lesser number of time. So in order to determine which is the best appropriate project for investment, we will be using various techniques called investment decision techniques, which is both traditional as well as modern in nature. We have various techniques that we are going to learn, like called payback period, discounted payback period, IRR method, and various other methods to come into picture, like NPV, profitability index ratios, etc. So based on these various investment techniques, a particular investor will be able to decide on which is the appropriate project that an investor or a company must invest in, so that they take back their invested capital in a lesser number of time, and as well as the profit generates a higher profit. Okay. Now moving on to unit number 5, which talks about management of working capital. Now, as we all know, working capital in simple refers to the amount that you're going to invest into your current assets, that the company is going to invest into current assets, so that the amount invested into current assets could be used for day-to-day operations of the company. So in this unit, we will be analyzing what is the appropriate or the estimated amount of working capital that a particular organization requires in order to proceed further in order to carry forward its business operations on a day-to-day basis. So based on certain informations that are given, we will be estimating the working capital required basically for manufacturing companies, which would also help you to understand the importance of working capital. And also, as a part of theory, we will be discussing about the various factors a particular organization must keep in mind before investing its money into current assets, which is otherwise called as factors of working capital. So by this, we cover the 5 units of financial management, which is the entire syllabus of financial management for this particular semester. Also, please note that financial management is a 4 credit paper which carries 70 marks. Now, at the end of the course, after completion or after learning financial management course, these are the outcomes that you would be able to attain. Firstly, you will be able to understand or estimate the cost that is involved in raising each and every sources of capital, like debentures, preference shares, equities, or overall capital. Secondly, you would be able to analyze the leverages of companies, which also measure the financial performance, like a financial leverage, operating leverage, and combined leverage. Thirdly, you will be able to appraise the profitable projects and invest into an appropriate project using various evaluation techniques or tools, like traditional tool and modern tool. As I've told earlier, we would use different techniques called NPV, profitability index, payback period, IRR, etc., in order to determine the profitable project that yields better returns for a particular organization. And at the end of the course, you will also be able to analyze the various components that are required in order to estimate the working capital, which is required to run the day-to-day operations of a particular organization. So hope you all have a clear understanding about why we are going to learn the course, what is the course content in what does the course content involve, and what would be the outcome of the course. Thank you, students.